Pressure's off.
Perfect.
Take a deep
I
breath.
was worried too.
Feel good. And give your tribute to urethra.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when I come home. Hey, baby, when I come home, woman, I ain't gonna do you wrong while you're gone. I ain't gonna do you wrong, 'cause I don't wanna. All I ask is for a little respect when you come home, baby. When you come home, yeah. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me.
Steve, you're elected in German, everyone. Oh, come on, James, give it to him. You know what? This week, the universe lost one of the great artists in human history, really, I believe. Aretha Franklin. What was she? The Queen of Soul. The Queen of Soul.
Right.
No one can even dispute that there's even a second place that comes close to Aretha Franklin for like a Queen of Soul, right? A talent like nothing ever before. Even as a young woman, this girl's talent like made her the queen, commanded respect, and she made a long career. And we honor her tonight with charters. Anyways, that's how we do it here in the Dutch Hall, but there's only one way to get our show started where I can berate charters further. And we have to do a thing we call theme song. The Dutch Hall. We are Canada's only late night talk show and the greatest podcast ever to come out of the pool shed in Pine Grove, Ontario. Bar none. And I believe we are that way because we have the greatest band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions, everybody. This week comprised of the man that used to write the music for the show, Dave the Rooster Charters, everyone. Beside him playing a hell of a lead guitar tonight, that's Steve the Reluctant German, everyone.
Good work.
The balls are back, everyone. Wes Haggins is here. And taking the skins is our CRTC required Frenchman, Kev Belong. Stickler, French Stickler, everybody is here.
Hello, hello.
And our director, bartender, brother, bus driver, Paul Van Dyke, everyone. Let's hear it for him.
And now introducing the host of this show, Young Ducks winner last night.
I'd leave on the winner.
It's two-time Breakdance Club Award winner, Pete Van Dyke, folks.
Hey, let's do the whole applause. It's the applause at home again here. I really miss it.
Yeah, the band kicked ass today.
The band, that really came together well, Dave.
Oh yeah,
And I didn't mean to slag your your vocals,
my vocal prowess.
but compared to Aretha Franklin, Dave, I'm just saying, you cannot.
Not quite the same.
Not quite the same. You're not quite the same. You don't have quite the same pipes, is what I'm saying.
I got the fat part going, but not the woman or the black part.
No, or talented.
Or dead.
Missing 3 out of 4.
Or dead. Or dead.
Or dead. 4 out of 5 things I'm missing.
You're also not dead, no. And you know what? There's been a bunch of celebrity deaths. I'm legitimately sad about Aretha Franklin because I thought I had a chance to see her, and I didn't again. So she's on the list with James Brown, all these people I almost got to see.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, because that's a voice you'll never get back again. Nothing like that, you know. Anyways, but I looked at our list of people that we predicted to die, and she was not on it. Missed opportunity.
Didn't do enough research.
Also, yes, obviously, and also Jim the Anvil Neidhart also passed away. Nikolai Volkov, we were talking about, he's dead too. You know?
Was he Polsky Power?
No, he's a Russian. He was
a
but-
dirty Rusky.
No, he played one on wrestling, but it turns out he was actually Croatian.
What?
Yeah, in real life,
Spoiler alert.
he was just playing a Russian on TV.
Oh,
Crazy.
Yeah, turns out wrestling is a program, Dave. It's fantasy.
paid
not-
actors. My dad, who loves wrestling, likes to say they all belong to the Actors Guild. That's his line.
They are, but that's the truth. It's not like you're breaking a news story, eh?
Yeah.
It's like they're like, yes, of course, that's what we do. I'm on a television program
Yeah.
where I like get body slammed through tables and stuff, but it's still a television program. I watched a soap opera one time, and the woman turned into the devil. Right?
Yeah.
Those are the days.
It's like your stories, eh? Wrestling's like your stories.
Wrestling is my stories, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, why can't you just tell different stories? What I like about wrestling is that there's that rube factor where you take the public on a where some of them don't get it. You know, like I love the fact that some people in the audience are too into it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like to me that's like half of the show. It's like you went to wrestling with me before, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, live.
In Guelph?
In Guelph, yeah. We saw Razor Ramon come out of the locker room.
I know Jane grabbed his bum. My wife. She was really dead set against going to wrestling because she hates it. She thinks it's for dummies and stuff, right?
Yeah,
And
she's not wrong.
yeah, it used to be if she caught me watching wrestling, that's a surefire way not to get laid, eh? If she saw you, because it was like she would be like, "You're like gross because you're so stupid, right? To like this." And then I just eventually was like, "Get used to me. This is who I am. I watch wrestling. I only watch wrestling. I don't even watch anything else.
What's wrong with your finger?
I don't know, I got something in it. You know what? I think it might be a wart.
Oh, man.
You know what? Just when you think you've had it all, you finger one toad.
Oh, yeah. You wait long enough, you'll piss that right out the end of your dick.
I think that's what happens.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know how the body works, but it's magical. Charters, you were out trying to save some black bears on trying to get them to find Jesus with your family
Yeah.
up in the great in one of our national parks in Canada. Is that right?
How'd you find out about that? We keep that on the down low in our household because, we just don't think people will understand what we're trying to do.
Yeah, but do you know that I have friends in the bear community? Did you know that? There's fans of our show actually. Oh, those are the hairy homosexuals. Sorry, that's different.
Different bears.
You were actually going to like black bears.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you start out with food because they love food, especially human food. You just leave it out around your campsite.
Right. And then you get to the Eucharist.
Well, then you have to beat off the raccoons when they show up.
What?
That's awful.
Holy, I'd love to be a raccoon
Yeah.
rather than a bear.
Around the Charters campsite.
Yeah, you guys
Yes,
are
you
all
would.
beating off
Beating
raccoons.
off the raccoons. Show it some porn and beat it right off.
You don't have to Steve, that show it porn, you added that.
Yeah, that's
Right,
right.
Dave? He added that. That's not something you left out, is
Yeah,
it?
there's no electricity at the campsites we're at, so you can't.
You can't show them porn, not even on your cell phone.
No, there's no signal. You can't get any. You can't down unless you download it first. But that'd be really planning ahead.
See, this is what
You can't
Steve.
stream anything.
Let's just. What
And how am I supposed to know what those raccoons are into until I talk to them?
That's what I was just going to get to. What Steve's suggesting here is that you going up to a raccoon and beating him off isn't enough to pleasure that raccoon to keep an erection. You need to actually show him pornography so that the raccoon would be able to maintain the erection, because the thought of you and your family jerking him off isn't enough
Yeah.
to get him to keep him hard.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's just gonna go to the next campsite, see what he can find.
Wow.
All right. But what kind of porn would you show, Steve? What do you think raccoons are into?
I have no idea.
Cosplay.
Cosplay.
Something with masks.
That might work.
You know, raccoons have masks.
Bandit porn.
Yeah.
Bandit porn. Is there such a thing?
A lot of hand
Probably.
washing.
Yeah, where there's the robber and then you're the victim.
Yeah. So one girl is just eating garbage out of a garbage can.
Just her butt sticking out of the garbage can.
Yeah, the raccoon can't take that.
No. Can't take it.
That's a good thing. You know what? We
We
should do.
saw no bears.
What?
We saw no bears the whole trip.
You saw no bears.
No.
None at all.
0 bears.
But Steve did. He went to the same place and he saw it.
Saw 2 bears.
Steve always follows me the week after to try and reconvert the bears to Satanism.
That's right.
Did the bears accept Jesus?
I never saw any. It's
Oh,
like they were just waiting for Steve.
oh, they knew you were coming.
They were putting their
No,
black
they weren't
cloaks
waiting
on.
for Steve. They were waiting for the Charters van to leave. It's just like when the Jehovah's Witness come to your door. You just hide under a pile of coats until
Don't
they go
answer
away.
it.
Don't answer it. And they're
Don't
like,
eat
what?
that food. It's not worth it.
What if they're in need and they need help? You know. And it was like, no, they wouldn't wear a suit and tie to have a bunch of watchtowers in their hand if they needed help. You know, these guys are going to try to get me good or something. What do you do, Dave, when the Jehovah's Witnesses come to your door?
I always answer it.
And what do you do when they talk to you about
I'm
God?
just really kind to them. I never listen.
No, I appreciate it, but
Yeah.
no, thank you.
I never listen, but
Do you
I'm
ever
very
tell?
kind to them.
Do you tell them about your belief system?
Not usually.
Oh, I always do.
I just let them know we're covered.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, like, I don't know. I don't want to get into that religion, but I don't understand it.
Isn't it the same? Isn't it just a Christian religion?
I think they have a finite number of people who can get into heaven, right? It's like
Oh.
some kind of pyramid scheme or something, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
I gotta look it up.
I don't follow.
It's
Could be
fine.
making stuff up, but I feel like they must have enough people by now. So why do they need me? Like,
It's like Scientology.
Yeah.
yeah,
They got enough on their team.
You know what I think is what? You know what I think? Before we get into a segment we call feedback, we got feedback. I've been really obsessed this week. The amount of things I found out are wrong, like that I was taught even in university, that is not even true. Like it's not even correct. And then
it never was.
no, it was never correct. You know, in school, Dave, you know your tongue. You know how it has the 4 sections: the sweet, salty.
Yeah, isn't there 5?
What's the other one? Umami.
Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and
Umami. It's because you're Japanese, Dave. That's what they did. You're Japanese.
what about heat? Isn't hot one of them?
no
Like
hot
spicy.
No, there's 4, right? This is what they taught us when we were in grade school. There's 4 sections to our tongue. There was like sweet, salty, sour, and then bitter at the back.
Bitter at the back.
Yeah, it turns out horse shit. It's not even the case at all. It's like every single taste bud tastes everything except for bitter, which is like a fat that goes around the taste bud.
It tastes bitter.
Yeah, when they teach me that was the truth. They were just showing me a picture of a tongue, pointing at it with a pointer stick, and telling me the incorrect facts.
They probably didn't know yet.
Huh?
Just like the flat Earth people, you know. You would have believed that shit if you didn't know the Earth was round.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm only 44 years old, and all the stuff I even learned in university is bullshit. You know, like my information's not good anymore.
What classes were you taking where you learned about taste buds in university?
No, it wasn't in university. But I'll tell you. You want me to tell you my university one? It's gonna bore everyone that listens to this program. But I can tell you. You know the freehand. You ever heard of Adam Smith?
Yeah, I went to high school with him.
No, this is a different guy. This is a guy that wrote. He was a freehand. He was a free market economist. He believed the invisible hand theory. Have you ever heard the invisible hand theory of economics?
No, but it is boring. You're right.
Yeah, there you go. Turns out they taught it to me all wrong.
It's boring and false.
Well, it's false. Well, no, the way they told it is false. You know. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of this shit. If you look into it, it's wrong. I'm reading the Bible. It's not what they told me in church.
The Bible's right.
But the church, the church said it wrong.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's what I've been finding. The thing is, if you're busy, you don't read anything. You don't have time, right? Then you don't find out that all the stuff is wrong. That all the stuff you believe is true is wrong.
Sure.
And then if you have the time and then you look into it, then you realize, holy fuck, everything's wrong. And then you go crazy.
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that.
Don't do it, Dave.
Most of everything I know is just from reading headlines only.
Yeah, headlines
And
only.
then I make my own interpretation of whatever I think that means, and that's what it is.
Go to an all-inclusive for a week once in a while. You know? No big deal.
Yeah.
That's get through your life.
Yep.
Have a couple cheeseburgers, right, Dave?
Yeah.
You ever just lie on your couch with a box of pizza, and then just you eat one slice and you put the other slice just on your chest, let the grease go down your chest hair into your belly button?
No.
You ever do that, Dave?
No.
I can picture you doing that.
Do you guys have the Weather Network on your phone, the Weather Network app?
Not the app. No, I just go on the online site.
You ever see the videos they have on there? They have cool videos, weather type videos. That are cool. You
The
can
little
see tornadoes and hail and shit like that.
Yeah.
What?
I saw it. It people record videos
Oh,
and
yeah,
they post them on that website on that.
Yeah, weather related
Network, yeah.
videos.
There was one I saw today, which had nothing to do with weather. Well, kind of. But these people had rescued a dog out of a parking lot, a car in a parking lot like Walmart. No, it's Canadian Tire because they show the Canadian Tire sign. So it was in Canada for sure. And they're talking about how feel the sweat on this dog's neck. They're petting the dog. Oh, are you okay, buddy? And then all of a sudden the dog owner comes out of the store and he's like, what the fuck are you doing with my dog? And they're like, yeah, you want to feel the sweat on his neck? He's so hot. He's like, that's water. We just came back from the lake. What are you doing? Put my dog back in the car. The windows are down. Fuck off. And these people were like, I'm going to call the cops. And he's like, go ahead. Call them. Call the cops now. You're breaking in my car. It's fucking trespassing. Leave my dog alone.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know those people like to save dogs from cars?
Yeah, the do-gooders, eh?
Yeah. Fuck.
Sometimes people got it, eh? There's you don't have to save everybody.
Yeah.
You just can. Most people have it.
Yeah, the guy's going in to get whatever he needs, a fucking tire pressure checker or something. From Canadian
Yeah,
Tire.
maybe he's
Fuck
got
off.
maybe he's got 6 or 7 dogs, and he could. If one dies, he doesn't care.
Yeah, who knows? Could be anything like that. Anyway, that was funny.
Yeah. Anyways, we should do a segment we call feedback. We got feedback.
We got feedback.
I like that one this week. It was better.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
I think what I think was better about it. No Michael.
Oh.
I'm gonna say it's addition by subtraction. I know this is breaking his heart. But Michael, you know what I'm thinking about Michael right now? I'm feeling a bit threatened by him. I'm feeling threatened by him, and I'll tell you why. You want to know why he's not here tonight?
No.
Because he's out
yes.
practicing. But you don't want to know?
I do want to know. I
Oh.
don't know why.
He's out practicing. He's going to be a MC at a wedding, so he's for a rehearsal tonight. It's his second wedding,
He's good at it.
and he's good at it. Now he's starting to do gigs, starting to do comedy gigs, okay? Ahead of the show, ahead of my show, right?
He's probably getting a nice meal out of it too.
You know who's the funny one in this show? Me. That's it. Michael's meant to play guitar and shut his fucking mouth.
Tell his tobacco stories.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. When he doesn't show up, I have to be mean to him, but I just love him so much.
Kind of a necessity of any member.
Yeah.
Get wrapped.
Anyways, feedback did sound good this week. You know, last week was a big show. It was really a ratings spike.
Oh.
Yeah, because I believe because of the word cancer in the title, Pete has cancer. Now, if I didn't have cancer, it would be a dirty trick. just to get ratings, right? But technically, I do have cancer, so it was just a simple truth statement that worked to get ratings, right? And most people were just read the title and then sent me nice things, which was very nice. Some people actually listened to the episode and then sent me nice things about like. Some people sent me like things I don't even want to read on feedback. We got feedback because we're. Sorry, I forgot that one too. Because they're too nice, like they're too personal. I think it was too much of a thing where I think it's almost like I'm reading something that should be just between two people, you know. And a little bit of last week's show, brought to you by our friends at Amazon. Woo! Go to the website, click on the Amazon banner. Those people at Amazon are rich enough. Give me some of the money. That blah blah blah. That's that, right?
Yeah. Let's say you're going to Disney and you know you're gonna stay at a resort, but you want to have some food in your fridge, and you're an Amazon Prime member. You just go to Live from the Dutch Hall website.
Click on the Amazon banner.
Click on the Amazon banner. You order your food on Amazon Prime, get it shipped right to your resort room. When you show up in Florida at Disney, your food's waiting for you.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I heard about it today. Go out and do it. Help the show.
I didn't even want to go to Disney World, and I have to go. And so I would say last week's show was about. It was a little bit of like catching everybody up on what's going on in my life, and at the beginning it was kind of a serious, on a more of a serious tone, and I've never been called fag so much in a long time. I gotta say it was refreshing to have it. It reminded me of being a kid, brought me back to my youth. Really. When you open up emotionally, girls tend to like it, but a lot of the guys tend to be like, they'll say something nice to you, but then they'll also throw in the you fag at the end. And, it's done in a way that for the homosexual community out there, I know you don't like me using the word. Dave, I know it's very critical of me using the word. He tends to keep me on the straight and narrow on that. But in this case, I was called that, so I feel I have the right to say it.
I know there's no hate in your heart when you say that word, Pete. So
No.
it's fine.
Yes. They called me a fag, right? Which was something very, just because I showed emotion, I was showing that I wasn't a man, right? Because I was saying something honest, right? Is that the case, Paul? Like, that's how we were raised, is to believe that if, like, let's say I was to cry, Dave. Like, you know, you cry a lot?
Yeah.
So, like, that's not a man trait.
Like at your brother's wedding when you were crying.
I didn't cry at my brother's wedding.
I did.
No, he cried at
Oh, I got you guys mixed up.
Yeah. Paul cried at my wedding.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
See, what Paul does is he never cries, ever. And then when he does, he cries.
That's
like
the best.
ugly
First
cries.
you see the chin quivering first.
Yeah. And the eyebrows start to
Eyebrows,
raise. And then the nostrils are flaring. And he fights it with everything he's got. He tries to hold it in. And then it's just like, oh, you can't hold that back. It's too strong, right? Where me, I'm like, I got different. I'm more like, I let it out little bits at a time. Especially as I get older, it just comes out a little bit at a time. I'll cry a little bit, and then I don't have to have that ugly like breakdown.
Yeah.
You know, learn to let it out a little bit. But you do feel like a bit of a pussy. You know, there's no question about that. Anyways, so thank you to the men that belittled me because of my emotion. I did enjoy it because I hadn't heard it in a long time. You know, I hadn't heard the word. I thought it was dead. And I was like, oh, no, people still call you that when you do stuff like that, I did. But anyways, I thank everyone for that. I won't point out who you were, but you know who you are. I think, Paul, you even did it on air, didn't you?
When did I call you fat?
While I was saying it.
Fuck.
Anyways, you know who else gave us some feedback? Ben Perrier said, great show, Pete.
Oh, Benny.
You got this. Pumped to see things progress at the hall. And of course, he's referring to us moving into the big church in Delhi, which is getting close. Getting close. Ella Steppa Jones.
Ella Steppa.
Dave does not recognize the Jones. Says, incredible show. Buy that church. Follow your dreams. You are a true Renaissance man. Ella, it's about time somebody said it. It's about time. I am a Renaissance man. God damn it. You're going to see when we do the church, too, because I'm going to do everything. We have to do everything. Plumbing. I got to do like everything, right, Paul?
Everything.
Yeah. I don't know how to do any of it. Tracy Vollmer. Well, I'm so glad to get feedback from Tracy Vollmer. OMG, Pete. listening to the last night's show. You are friggin' hilarious. Oh, Cancer's hilarious. Great. Thanks, Tracy. Hardy har har. You know what Shauna Boone said? Shauna Boone said, great show, Van Dyke family. Stoked about your ideas for the church. I hope it all comes together. Pope Pete, keep on keeping on. No, Shauna, you keep on keeping on.
Pope Pete.
Pope Pete. You know, Catty Girl, Melissa Tiller, right?
Yeah.
She says, I loved watching it on YouTube.
Hello.
Yeah, watched it on YouTube. Hey, Pete, great show. Thanks for... oh, this is a different one. This is from Jen Husko. She sent me an email.
Hey, Jen.
At livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com. You know who made that possible? Our good friends at... who else sponsors the show? Oh, Norpac.
The beef people.
Norpac.
The beef people.
And this is a message to our sponsors. You've been getting away with some cheap sponsorship. We're moving into a church. We got bills to pay. We're coming with our hands out. Get ready for it.
And there's a lineup.
Get ready for it. We're coming after all of you. We're coming after you too, cheese lady. And then, anyways, from Jen Husko, she says, hey, Pete, great show. Thanks for sharing your story. I'm glad things are looking up for you. I laughed out loud at your harvest stories and Jamaicans driving. Yeah, Jamaicans driving. It should be a new show we do, where we just have Jamaicans drive trucks, and we say, "Can you drive?" And then they all say yes. And we're like, "Yeah, right."
Get in.
And you cross it. Yeah, I think it'd be a good show. It'd be hilarious.
Spin-off of comedians driving cars, getting coffee.
Can you drive a school bus? Full of 40 other Jamaicans.
Take these boys to town.
Just put cameras on them going to town. Oh, that's mean. But they don't drive very good. Anyways, from my experience, there's a couple that are good drivers. But anyways, that I've met. You know, Conroy. He was on our show.
Great
Conroy is a cab driver in Jamaica. He's a great driver.
Big
But
fan.
the ones that worked on our farm were not. You have a lot of... Oh, sorry, where do you go here? So pumped about your plans for the church and the recording studio, etc. It sounds so amazing. You have a lot of talented people around. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I think the Dutch Hall is a great name for the church. If I can help at all, I'd be happy to. Best of luck with everything. Jen. You know what? That's a nice one.
Thanks, Jen.
Jen. Listener of the week.
Listener of the week.
It's your week, Jen.
It's your week.
You know what? Did I do Greg Deschamps?
No.
Greg Deschamps said, sorry to hear about the cancer, Pete. No problem. Glad it's a good one if there's such a thing. Enjoyed your show as per usual. I think I agree with you on the religion. It's all crap. I can tell you a few things or stories about it. I can't wait to see what you'll do at the church. It should be fun for you. Take care. Thank you, Greg. You know what? Also listener of the week.
What? You're the listener of the week.
Also.
It's your week too, Greg.
Yeah, there you go. Doubled up.
Sequel.
2. I don't know if that's ever been done before, but it's been done this week. Honorable mentions to Casa Chastis, Dylan Cunningham, and Ryan Vandenbush. Ryan Vandenbush, you got some big balls, Pete. Good on you. Dylan Cunningham, can't wait to see the church, man. Casa Chastis, so much love to you and yours, Pete. You're the man. These were very nice things that people said to us for everybody. I couldn't even get to half of them, what people had sent out last week. So thank you to everyone that reached out. It was a record-breaking week for feedback. We got feedback. And I also want to make a special point to thank everyone that shared our show last week. We had a record number of shares, and it really does work when people share the show. So if you liked one, or even if you think of an old one, go into our website, Live from the Dutch Hall on Facebook, and you can share any of those old episodes. Because it does work, because people definitely listen to last week's show. You know, we have to check in with some people that give us feedback each and every week. There's 2 of them. They're kind of like our... I don't know. They're starting to be our favorites here. One of them is a nice lady. She works in Delhi at the Second Mouse. We call her the Cheese Lady. Let's check on what she's doing. Chicken.
checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, always on the run. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, always having fun. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, let's see what she's done. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. I love cheese.
Hi, Teresa.
Hello,
You
hello.
have good cheese, Teresa.
Sure do.
Teresa from the Second Mouse in Delhi, she sends us feedback on Podbean, and she goes, "Great Killhanger story. Thanks for sharing your tobacco stories. Many of us kids from Delhi worked year after year in tobacco and loved it. The back-breaking
The
leaf.
broke back.
The broke back leaf. No, the back-breaking leaf is part of our culture. Sorry to your mom and dad regarding Pete's. Sounds like a Sasquatch with a stone in his dick. You had to mention that in front of them. Thanks a lot, Pete." Now, you might feel embarrassed that I mentioned that you were calling me a Sasquatch with a stone in my dick, Teresa, in front of my parents because you think they're older people and maybe you should show them more respect than talking about their son's dick hole right in front of them, right? But Teresa, both of my parents are just despicable people. And you can say anything you want in front of my mom is like a sailor on leave, eh? Have you ever heard that woman talk? Oh, some of the words that come out of her mouth are just shocking. I've never heard such a filthy mouth as my mother. And my father, when he works, he taught me that when you work, it helps your work better if you say a litany of insults and swears that you could only dream up, Dave. You ever heard of a pot licker? You ever heard of a cock-sucking pot licker, Dave? Well, they're all in my dad's tool shed. Cock-sucking pot lickers everywhere under his tractor and everything. I hear him swearing at him all the time. You goddamn...
I heard him.
Yeah, there were some cock-sucking pot lickers in there. I don't know what that means. Anyways, don't worry about it, Teresa. My parents are fine. The other guy we have to talk to? I got to think of a rhyme real quick.
What are we doing today?
How about your...
I hope.
Dang it! Okay, if you start singing it, I'll have it.
You will?
Oh, wait. Yeah. Wait, I think so.
1, 2.
Hi-ho, it's off to bed we go.
Oh, yeah, you got it. All right. Yeah, fucking nailed it. Oh, this rhyming up a storm here.
Should we do it faster?
No, I think we shouldn't do it anymore.
Killed it.
Yeah,
That's what that's called is
you really
grade A
nailed
improv. Grade A improv right there. God damn it. I just, that is really shit the bed on that one. Haitian Dwarf.
How about your Motown song makes my schlong long?
Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks,
Your
Aretha.
Motown song makes my song. That's a tongue
hard.
twister.
You want to try it?
Your Motown song makes my schlong long. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Can you do it?
No.
That's hard.
It's my schlong.
Anyways, we get the point. Haitian Dwarf's been with us since the very beginning. He's given us feedback most weeks, except for when he disappears. And this week is one of the weeks that he's here. He says 5 stars. He entitles this one, "Congratulations on the new venue. Coming soon." And he says, "But aren't you concerned about Paul being struck by lightning the first time he busts out the C word?" C word, what's he referring to?
I think cunt.
Oh, yes, cunt.
Oh,
yes.
Sharp.
Maybe I'll clean it up.
I don't think you have anything to worry about, Haitian Dwarf. In a regular church, if we were buying a regular church, that would be a problem. This is a Hungarian Presbyterian church, right? Mass was only conducted in Hungarian. Therefore, They pray to the Hungarian god.
So I just can't say cunt in Hungarian?
No, you cannot say Azanyad Pichayo in that church.
Whoa.
That's a
Or
long
Azapad
word.
Faso.
Just
No.
rolls off the tongue.
Azanyad Pichayo?
It's way easier to say cunt.
Yeah. You know what Azanyad Pichayo means, Paul?
No.
It means your mother's cunt. That's the worst swear you can say in Hungarian. Azanyad Pichayo. So if you say that in the church, it's big trouble. You guys know any other good swears in other languages that we can say?
That's a good one.
Azanyad Pichayo. And then the other one they do, that's the worst swear in Hungarian.
Javla fita hora is a Swedish thing. It's like a vagina thing, but it's like bad. It's like similar thing.
bad
It's like
vagina.
saying tabernacle in French is like the table of a
that's the
church,
worst.
but that's bad, right? But it means the table of
Yeah,
a church.
or they go like Esti Chale, Chales.
Estidier tabernacle.
And then
Yeah.
it's like it's
Estidier.
the host and the chalice and
Oh,
the
it's everything.
tabernacle. Everything in the church is the bad swears, right?
Whoa.
Where in Hungarian it's your parents' genitals.
Yeah, like Hungarian, Sweden, it's about genitals and yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
the bad
bunch.
thing. In Holland it's about God. If you say like anything goddamn it, like hut or Gutsverdama, that would be the worst because it's you're saying God, right? And that's what I think. And but I like the vagina cultures the best. Like those are the ones that are the funniest, you know. The ones that say that.
Pinocha.
Pinocha Paludo. Pussy bald. When my buddy in high school worked on my farm, we were teaching we had some Mexican guys work on our farm and they want to learn English and we want to learn Spanish. So we would teach each other things, but it was all just
Yeah.
dirty terms. Right?
Me too. That's what I grew up with.
I remember like this guy named Jose, he came up to me and he's like, hey, Pete, Pinocha Paludo, pussy bald. And then there's also what was Pinocha? What was a hairy pussy? It was like Pinocha.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we learned all of them, and then we would drive them into town. My dad would ask if I want to drive them into town. We're like, yeah. And then we would get them to yell, "Blow me out the window" at people. Because we were like 17. We were like, it was all like we had nothing to do, you know. Like, I'll drive the Mexican guys into town and get them to yell swear words out the window at people. It was super fun. It was super fun.
I got a treat for you guys.
What is
Oh.
I got to get up to get it.
it? During
But I
feedback?
One feedback's over.
Oh, when it's over?
Yeah.
Oh, it is over.
Okay, perfect.
Is it, oh wait, we have 2 sponsors to get through,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
it's over. And I have gigs I have to plug. Shit. So then it'll be over. Okay.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay, so I have to plug gigs. I'm in. My phone's dead. Poacher's Arms in London on next Thursday, the 23rd, and then the 31st we are in Waterford at Swazi's
Yeah.
with the Nocturnal Admissions confirmed now.
It's the big time.
So tell your friends, come out to see us at Swazi's at Waterford. It'll be a great time. And I'm at Showtime on a Thursday and Friday. On a Friday and Saturday in St. Catharines.
Later this year.
It's in September. I think the 23rd.
Oh, we got
It's in September. It's a time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I actually have a gig for the Nocturnal Missions to be part of in October in Paris. Woo. If you guys are interested. But yeah, anyways, there's more bookings coming up. So if you're in London, it's the 23rd. Waterford the 31st of August, and then in September I'll be in St. Catharines.
Same
And also
time.
I'm actually in Hamilton for the Yucks Go Yuck Yourself final Wednesday the 29th, I believe it is in Hamilton at Yuck Yucks. So you can come see me. And then also Yarmy Electric, don't call them.
He's
swear to
busy.
God. He's busy. That's it. That's all you get this week for Yarmy Electric. Don't fucking call him. And Van Dyke Party Services, you let us down. I don't even know if I want to advertise you this week. Charters, you're up, buddy. You got
right.
something for us.
Yeah. You
Take
guys
off
keep
your
going.
headphones.
I'm gonna go grab it.
Should we follow you with the camera?
I don't know, maybe.
No, let's not follow him. Let's just talk about it when he's
I don't
gone.
know if we got enough length.
Oh, he took his shirt off. What are you doing? Why are you rubbing your nipples like that? Oh. What do you think's going on?
I was in Niagara Falls
Oh, yes.
a couple days. Just got back. Stopped in at the Hershey store.
Hershey's chocolate?
Hershey's chocolate. They had a big display. I had to get one.
Did they give us money?
O. Henry, 425 bar. You guys heard of this?
Ooh, no.
what?
It's a 425 bar, limited edition. This bar was specially formulated for the intense hunger that hits 5 minutes after 420.
Whoa.
It's
The 425 bar.
I'm going to cut it up.
That's
How
kinda
many people we
cool.
got? 7? I'll cut it into 7 pieces. We'll do a taste test.
Hey, man.
Dave's a corporate shill.
Thanks, Hershey.
That's
Crazy.
fucking
Hey?
sweet.
Did you just see what he did? Corporate shell. He gave Hershey a free plug. They gave me $0.
He didn't even buy it on Amazon.
See what it looks like.
This didn't help my show.
There's no
what?
chocolate on it.
What?
Oh, it's all peanuts.
It's just peanuts on the outside.
So far, it's a worse than a regular O. Henry. It's just nougat and peanuts.
Yeah.
Is it just nougat and peanuts, Dave, with no chocolate?
Is that what you call that?
Nougat?
Nugget?
Just nougat?
I thought it was nougat.
Well, that's
Nougat? Who do you call it? Ted Nougat?
It's different altogether.
What?
Whoa. Piece 1 on the floor.
Who cuts it? That's Dave's. That's Dave's piece on the floor.
Yeah, why didn't you just buy 2?
This segment's entertaining, at least.
This makes for great
The-
radio.
great radio for people listening at home. It's like Dave is cutting a chocolate bar with a knife.
Oh, it's a peanut bar.
Thank
It's
you.
peanuts and nougat.
No, but it had a clever slogan on the wrapper, and then Hershey got a bunch of free plugs. Because Dave, were you getting money for that?
That's nice. I like the salt.
I bet you he is getting. He's like,
Salt.
thank you.
Huh? It's super good.
I didn't know it was stuck together. It's nougat
Nougat.
and peanuts.
I think I prefer that to a regular one. Yeah.
Oh,
Love
You get the
salt.
salt through it more.
super good.
But I'm gonna say, you know what, Hershey, go fuck yourself. That's what I'll say. Hershey, go fuck yourself.
Thank you, Dave.
That satisfies my hunger.
I'm not allowed to eat that. On
Oh,
account.
sorry.
If I would have knew that was coming, I would have got super high.
Yeah, weren't you supposed to give us weed first?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, you forgot,
Whoops.
Dave. You
I
should-
thought it was O. Henry made with weed.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought too.
that would have been even better.
Are we all getting stoned?
I bet you it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was lying.
Did you just like dose us? Is he-
1,000 milligrams.
Sorry, Jane.
So, this show's really dragging at the very end, isn't it?
But what,
Thanks, Dave.
what were you going to talk about before Dave ruined it?
Oh, Dave took the win right out of the fucking
Yeah,
sails,
just
eh?
fucking totally. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, wait, I have
My
to do
pleasure.
a quick ad for Hershey here. I have,
Hershey squirts.
you make me sick. Hey, Charters.
Fuck you.
Talk to me.
I totally forget what I'm going to talk about. I had it all planned, and I forgot completely. Oh, I want to tell you guys a story. When I was in, I haven't told anyone the story yet. I was in San Francisco, and we were actually driving back from Reno, Nevada, and we decided we were going to stop in San Francisco and eat supper, right? So we wanted to go to the sushi place, and then so we just found it on our phone, and then we made a reservation. And then we got there, and it turns out that it was just a little hole in the wall, like a phone booth size. It was so small, the restaurant. So you had to wait until there was a table for you. You had to wait outside in like a little vestibule before you go into an apartment building or something, right? It was super crowded, and it was cold and all that stuff. And we're just sitting out there waiting, and our reservation was for like 7, and it's like past 7:30 now. We're still not at the table. We're waiting out there. People are just like trying to get in, right?
Must be good if it's lined up like that.
Yeah, it must be good, right? Yes, you think, right? So you get in. I go in there, and there's a dude that just shows up like right before. Like we're all looking at who's going to finish their meal first because we gotta we know we're next or whatever, right? I'm like whispering to Jane, like any of these clowns that are waiting out here with us got an earlier reservation than us, and she's like, no, I think we're next, right? And then this dude comes in, kind of like a hipster looking guy, like weird glasses and stuff, no socks, like a weird looking dude, right? I mean, he goes right in and starts causing a commotion, right? Because he's got a reservation. And he just doesn't know why he can't have a table. And then they clear the table and then let us in, and we go and sit down at our table, right? And this guy's still sitting in the restaurant. He's British.
Yeah.
And he says, he all of a sudden, like, I sit down with my family, my wife and my 2 kids, and the guy says to me, he goes, I wasn't trying to steal your table, buddy. I have a reservation, is what he says to me. And I look at him and I go, I don't give a fuck. You know? like not at all. Like, I'm just trying to I have a reservation too. Like, I'm just trying to have my table. I wasn't thinking you were trying to steal my table. And then he goes, just take it easy, buddy. Just take it. He started doing the just take it easies to me. And then I'm like at this point, I'm like, I don't know, like what I'm doing. You know, normally this is an appropriate response to me, but I didn't think I deserved it this time. You know, like, you know how normally I'm a dick, you know, Dave?
You felt like you weren't being a dick this time?
But this time I was trying to run it down. Like, what point did I piss him off? Like, what was because he's real mad. Like, he's like, call me pal. Was he calling me pal? Or mate. Yeah, he kept calling me mate. He goes, just calm down, mate. Why don't you just calm down and have a beer, mate? Hey, I'll buy you a beer, mate. And all this stuff. And I'm like, I'll take the beer. Like, I want to take the free beer. I want him to buy me a beer or whatever. But I was like, then he goes, I'm not afraid of you. And I'm like, well, I'm not afraid of you either. Right? That's what I said to him too. And then we realized, like, I'm like, am I going to have to fight this guy? And then all his like hipster weirdo friends are coming in afterwards or whatever. And then he laughed, right? Didn't he just leave? Oh, he came back in and apologized to me because he said he overreacted or something.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not afraid of you either. I'll punch you. And I'm like, what? That happens to me all the time. People want to fight me. Like, I don't do anything.
You got that angry resting face.
Angry face.
You got bitch face.
Yeah, I got a prick face. Yeah, like a resting prick face.
Yeah.
And people don't... resting prick face. That's a good title.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Yeah. Resting prick face. Because that's what I think I have is... and then it makes people want to fight me big time. Oh, yeah. It actually made me be able to talk my way out of trouble.
I've never noticed that on you, and I actually look for that on people, like not even intentionally, but I'll see people walking down the street and I'm like, they look fucking miserable. Like they're just going about their day, but the look on their face is like they're unhappy like all the time.
Yeah.
They should try and fucking smile once in a while.
Pete doesn't look unhappy. He just looks mad. Like it's not like he's sad.
I'm going to keep an eye on you.
He's mad.
Do you ever see me work, Dave? You ever see me at work? Because I look super vicious when I'm working. I have never learned another way to do it.
What kind of work? Any work?
Any single work I do.
Manual work or like clerical work?
If I have to move like a pile of rocks from here to there, I will do it with vigor and like fervor. You know, like I'll be like, I'm moving the rocks, you know? And if I have to fill out forms or like ask a person questions to fill out a form, I'll do it with that same like intensity of like, which would be inappropriate for that workplace, you know? And then make people around me uncomfortable and scared.
What's your fucking date of birth?
We're lending money. Like you.
Social insurance fucking number.
It's without the swearing because I'm professional.
Yeah.
Oh,
The tone is accurate, but the swearing was not right.
oh,
not
sorry. That's my job mixed in there.
Yeah, you can't do that in the workplace. You can't swear. You can't tell. Can you tell a dirty joke?
Depends who's around.
According to the rules, though, can you tell a dirty joke if everyone likes it for real?
No, probably not.
No. What if it's just at one person's expense, and that person's like not that good?
No, definitely not.
Huh?
No.
What? That person's not that good. I said that part. Did you hear that part? They're not. You don't care. Like that person can quit. You're trying to get that person to quit. Can you be mean to a person just to get them to quit?
No.
That happens a lot, actually, in real life, though.
Yeah, but it's not allowed.
No. But like, especially in small business, I know people in small business who have not had the balls to fire their employees, so they just keep treating them like shit, hoping they'll quit. And I'm like, just fire the person, you know? And then the guy's like, oh, I think she's going to. And then this one guy told me the story how he had to fire this person. And he said he didn't have the balls, so they just treated her like shit. And then eventually she quit. And then they started treating her nice because they didn't have to treat her mean anymore. and then she gave 2 weeks notice or whatever, and then in those 2 weeks she got treated so nicely she's changed her mind.
Oh, no.
That she might want to stay, and then they're like, we have to keep treating her like shit till she's out the door.
Live and learn, eh? Live and learn.
Yeah, it's a lot easier if you just tell people like, yeah, it's not going to work out. Like, it's a way easier, right? Do you have any problem? Have you ever fired people in your job, or do you have other people to do that?
I've never had to. No, but it would be. I would have to if I had to.
You've never fired a person?
No.
Have you ever done it, Wes? Fired a person?
Yep.
Yeah. Are you good at it?
I didn't mind doing it.
I could think you'd be good at it, right? Because there's probably
It's kind of fun. Like they basically fire themselves, right?
Yeah. You let them know, and then they do. I've had a couple bad ones. I've fired lots of people, and I've had a couple bad ones, but most of them are like they know, and they're happy that because they want to be.
Yeah.
They don't like it either, right? Some people are shocked, like they have no idea that they suck. And then you're just like, oh my God, you had no idea. You really thought you were doing a good job, and you're like, you're terrible, man.
I sat in on a firing on my last job
Yeah.
because I was part of the union, and the boss had no fucking clue how to fire the person. So he brought him in, and he was under probation, and he said he was basically like, okay, it's not working out, so you have to go. And the guy didn't know what the hell he was doing wrong. So the guy, the boss, was like, okay, well, you've done this, this, and this, and he says, yeah, but I've learned this much. And the guy says, okay, so he starts questioning him on his knowledge,
Yeah.
and kind of giving him hope. And then he's like, yeah, okay, you answered it all right, but you're still not working out. So then he started questioning him more,
Yeah.
giving him more hope, and then he shot him down again. It was the funniest fucking thing in the world.
So he keeps like giving him the chance
Yeah.
to get back, and
Yeah.
then saying nope.
Like
Yeah.
he loses the argument, but he still fires him anyway.
Yeah, but like I was starting to believe that he was going to give him another shot too, and yeah, he didn't at all. It was awesome.
It's just torturing him. Yeah, it's like giving a guy like a rope to go back in the boat, and then right when they get into the boat, you let go of your end of the rope, and they fall in again. And you just laugh.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's fun when you don't care about the people, eh? When you just like are toying with their livelihoods and their family. You know? Oh, it's great. No, it seriously, it makes you stressful. When you have employees, it's like you feel like you got to take care of their whole family, right?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even imagine working for some place where you had like 1,000 people working for you, and you had to like be responsible for all their mortgages and all their everything. If you don't,
I think the more people you have, the less stressful that is. You're less attached to the people the more you have. You know, if you have fewer people, then you get to know them and know their families and know their kids' names and whatever.
Yeah, kind of like the dog example that we did earlier, right?
Yeah.
And like why you had a big family, right?
I remember most of their names. Some of the time.
Yeah. Dave, do you think what's the maximum amount of kids that you think you could have?
3.
Is Steve?
I could have done lots more, but
You could have,
now I'm capped at 4,
but you could have had more.
probably.
You like it, eh? You like the busyness of it?
Yeah, it's just chaos. It's
Yeah.
sort of fun.
Did you grow up with that though?
No, I grew up with chaos. Like I have 4 sisters, only one real sister, 2 half sisters, and a stepsister. Or no, 3 half sisters. Anyway, I've got lots of sisters. I grew up in sort of a family of chaos. So
Lots of sisters. Which ones could you have a relationship with? Which ones could you, Marcia and Greg? The stepsister you
the
could.
stepsister.
Yeah. You ever think about that?
No, I was young. I was like 8.
Yeah, but you know her now.
I haven't seen her in 20-something years.
Facebook friend her.
No.
Let's see what she looks like after the show. I want to check her out.
No way.
I want to see the sister that Steve can bang. Come on.
No.
Another layer of the onion peeled back.
One more piece of that puzzle.
Yeah. Anyways, I think this is it, right? We did a show tonight.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. We got a lot going on, and we have to we have to get going at it. We're trying to get this church bought for the beginning of September, and then there's going to be lots of things we'll need to tell you on where to find the stuff that we're doing. But follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that shit, and you can keep up on our shenanigans there at the church and what we do here at the Dutch Hall. And you can also give us some feedback. Live from the Dutch Hall at gmail.com. Thank you for everyone that's helped support the show and shared it. And thank you for everyone that reached out to me last week. It really does mean a lot. And I always thought I would feel kind of embarrassed about saying personal things out in the internet because it's none of anyone's business. But really for this show, because so few people listen to it, the ones that do listen to it, I do feel like I've made a lot of. They're like more like friends than they are listeners, and I really feel that way about most of the people, especially those that have reached out and said hello to me over the years. So thank you very much for listening, and until next week, we will see you NT. See you next Thursday.
Thanks for everybody that called Pete a fag.
I'm pretty sure it was mostly you.
Did I really?